Welcome to the assembly video for the lamp project by FLOWALISTIK. I'll be showing you two different methods. The first one is with wire nuts and the second one is with soldering iron and a few other tools. Enjoy! Okay, so here are all the parts that you'll need other than the 3D printed parts for your lamp. First you have the ceramic lamp socket. This is an E14 type socket and it comes in a 2-pack from Amazon for about $8. If you're looking for a single, then I'm sure you can also find that out there, but I got the 2-pack because I wanted 2 bedside lamps. Also, you have the lamp cord with the switch. It's got a little clicky switch on here, and I believe this is about 6 feet long. And then it just comes with the bare end and then the regular plug. That you can get for $7. These are singles, so if you would want to get 2 of them for 2 bedside lamps, you'd have to obviously just double that in the price. Also, you have this bulb. It's a E14 type bulb. It's at 5 watts and it's apparently a 40 watt equivalent. And it does a pretty decent job as far as the light that you would need in a bedroom, I believe. It's a warm white bulb, and these come in a 2-pack as well for $10 on Amazon. I'll put all the links to all these parts. Now I'll go ahead and show you the tools that you'll need. Here are 2 methods of doing the wiring for your lamp. First, you have the soldering, which you would need a lighter or some heat source. You could use the heat off the soldering iron, but that is to shrink the heat shrink tubing. And then you've got wire strippers, cutters, flux, solder, and of course your soldering iron. The easier way would be to use wire nuts, and the even easier way would just be to wrap them with electrical tape, which I don't recommend. So I'll be showing you these 2 methods with the soldering and wire nuts. So let's get started. The wire nut method, where you will just need to take your wire strippers, and these come with a length of wire stripped already, but I didn't like the length of them, so we're just going to make them a little bit shorter. We don't need much length. And then just go ahead and attach your wires to each other. And put the wire nuts on. Okay. I think I need a little more length on this one. Alright. Just twist these together. And then if you wanted to, you could just put some electrical tape around this to keep it secure. And then you'll take this base and put it into the bottom of the lamp. So that's it for the wire nut method. Okay, for the next method, you will need to have your solder iron, your socket, cord, flux, and solder. All right, now the first thing that you want to do is you want to tin the wires. So what we'll do is we'll take the flux and we can dip each of the wires into the flux. Okay, and then take our solder iron, get a little bit of solder on the tip, and then we just have to touch these ends. And that way the solder will run down the wires. And then we will get that out of the way. And then we'll do the same thing with the lamp wire. You want to make sure you get the flux all over it so that the solder actually does run all over it. And if your stranded wires come apart a little bit, just take your fingers, squeeze them back together. Because what this will do is it'll make it more like a solid wire instead of stranded. Okay. A little bit more solder. Let that cool for a second. And then now we can come back, take each of our wires, put them together. But first we need to get some heat shrink tubing. Put that on there. And you pick obviously whichever colors you want. We'll go with black for both wires. Whoop. And we'll go ahead and put this on this end of the wire. Since we have more length over here, we don't have to worry about the heat getting to it. Alright, so now we've got our heat shrink tubing on there. Get our flux out of the way. So now let's put these wires together. It helps if you have a pair of helping hands for this. Helping hands are the two clamps, but I don't know where mine are, so we're just going to go like this. Get those two wires together. Let it cool. Get these two wires. Put them together. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Heat those up. Let them cool. Alright, and we're done with the soldering. So now we can just bring our heat shrink tubing up to and over the wires. And then we can take our lighter and shrink this. Just kind of go back and forth. Don't hold the lighter in one place too long. Otherwise you'll just burn the tubing. Hopefully I won't do it on this. Be careful because that's going to be a little hot. Alright. Now we've got our tubing down on that wire. Come over to this one. So this way it's protected, making sure that there's no bare wire that could short out on anything or injure somebody. I probably should have gone with a smaller tubing, but this will do. Whew, that's hot. Alright, so wait for that to cool. It's still a little warm. Alright, that's good. So no exposed wire, and we're ready to go. So that is the soldering method. Obviously the wire nuts are easier, but this one, just makes it more secure. You could also add another piece of heat shrink tubing to the outside of this to make it, just one wire coming out of here and then two wires, and that would just give you another layer of protection. Alright, so let's put this thing together. Now that we've finished our wiring, we can go ahead and put this together. The first thing you want to do is take the base and your socket and go from the bottom through the center there. It's going to be a little tight at first, but it'll eventually push into place. Takes a little bit of pushing, but there you go, you got that. Then you can take your wires, put them down into the bottom of the base. All right. Then we'll put this piece on. It's right onto the top there. Next we'll put this piece with the two connectors that you printed. Put your light bulb in. And then put your top on. And now it is assembled. Don't need any screws or anything. If you want it to be more secure though, I would recommend gluing some of the pieces together. You could probably use some super glue and that would work out just fine. So if we've done everything right, let's turn this on its side. Undo our cord. Plug it in and see if it works. Alright, try our switch. Turns the light on and off. Good. Alright. Alright, and that's all there is to assembling the lamp project. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was helpful. Please look in the description for all the information on the parts that you'll need to complete this project. Thanks for watching.